Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. Welcome into the building. Listen, everybody. Listen, everybody's watching the convention. We got some updates saying Al Sharpton, I think, is up there speaking now. But listen, I'm glad y'all decided to spend a moment with me. I have been catching a lot of highlights, and it's definitely the Democrats, they're putting on a show. They putting on a good show. But you know what? I got a commitment here, and the train got to pull out the building. So we're pulling out the building, even though some historic moments are currently going on. So listen, guys, it's Thursday. It is Trending Topics Thursday, and I'm glad that y'all in the building. If you here, y'all know what you got to do. Hit that like button because that is your ticket on this train. So tonight's Trending Topics, the title is Unbelievable. Yes, unbelievable. We got Juvenile. He was on American Airlines plane. And so he said on American Airlines, they just came. He had a first class ticket that he purchased with his money. And he said they came to him. It was like, sir, we got to move you. And he said, move me to where? They said, coach. How you go from you bought yourself a first class ticket and now they want to throw you back in coach? But some of the rules are on the plane is one, sometimes they scheduled you to be on one aircraft. And then something might have happened and they got to move everybody that's getting ready to fly to Florida from aircraft A to aircraft B. And maybe aircraft B is smaller than aircraft A was. And now they don't have enough first class seats. So they got to do a little shuffle. And their claim is they just randomly, it's no rhyme or reason, randomly, they do an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. And if they need two people to move out of first class, tag, these two people are it. They claim they don't really look at names or whatever. It's a random pick. So then they came to him and said, listen, we got to move you. He said, where? He said, how out of all the people on this plane that are in first class, you came up with my name and you moving me? He said, it's shenanigans. I'm paraphrasing. And he said, you know what? I'm good. I'm going to remove myself off of this plane. It's messy. And my thing is, it's not, they shouldn't just remove you. It's their error. They should ask who wants to be moved. And if you decide to give up your first class seat, we'll give you $2,000, 5 free tickets, and yada, yada, who. But you shouldn't just come to somebody and say, tag, you're it. Yeah, Rebels, I don't blame him either. I would have been like, deuces. And guess what? Thank you, American Airlines, because he was showing his phone saying he constantly used American Airlines, but he good now. Hot mess. So we're going to talk about that tonight. Unbelievable. Then we're going to talk about this lawyer. You know what? First of all, let me tell you something. Anybody that goes to medical school, anybody that goes to school to be a lawyer, there are some professions that just by design of the profession, you doing 8 years, 10 years or something like that in just schooling. Who would spend that much time in school and then just mess up and toss their degree in the trash? Where they do that at? Well, this lawyer, she's a lawyer for you. What do they call that that thing? I got the Innocence Project, where these lawyers, they work with people that are behind bars that perhaps got done dirty and they got locked up for life or years, and truly they're innocent. Well, she wasn't just trying to help the people with their case. Allegedly, she was sleeping with them too. Sleeping with them, convincing them to tell lies so the other inmates could get out of jail. She was a hot flaming mess. This girl risked her whole law degree over some sex. I cannot. No. I don't care who the person is. I don't care if it was the best sex of my life. I don't care how sexy they are. I don't care how good looking they are. I am not about to lose my law degree and end up behind bars over no sex. And like I said, she didn't just sleep with allegedly one inmate, but she slept with several. I mean, I'm saying to myself, well, I'm confused. Where they do that at? I'm thoroughly confused. Like, where does that happen at? But she did it. California Innocence Project. And she's sleeping with the people she's supposed to be helping. I mean, what a whole fool. Unbelievable. But we're going to talk about it. Now, some of you may not know this actor because he became big when I was growing up. And I used to love him. Joey Lawrence is his name. And I don't understand these actors. Maybe they can't separate their project from real life, because you hear a lot of times, a lot of these actors, they fell in love on set. Yeah, they fell in love on set. That's what happened to Angela Jolie. And what is her estranged husband name now? Brad Pitt. They fell in love on set while Brad Pitt was married, and those two are having a hellish time right now. They have recently divorced. The kids, for whatever reason, can't stand Brad Pitt. Jolie hates him. Angelina Jolie hates him. Their children are suffering, even though they're adults, some of them. They're suffering. The daughter just recently dropped the Pitt last name. It's a mess. Her son, Pax, I think his name is, got into a horrible bike accident. And they said it's not good. They said he wasn't wearing a helmet. The people on the scene thought he was dead. And he has severe head injuries. And they're afraid he's never going to be the same again. So I don't know what it is with, you acting on a movie and these people really end up falling in love with each other. And it doesn't matter if they're married or not married. So Joey Lawrence, he did a movie. He allegedly had an affair with one of his co-workers on the set. Had an affair with her. And so he had an affair, and he was married, got a little baby. So now 2 marriages are broken. But the other girl, the girl that he had an affair with, it was her husband that blew up their spot. The husband filed for divorce, and he said in the divorce paperwork that my wife slept with Joey Lawrence. This is another thing I don't understand either. You're married. You're in a relationship. Someone comes up to you, says some sweet nothings to you, and you fall apart. And you end up sleeping with them. And you forget about your commitment, your marriage, and everything you have with your wife or your husband. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, Brad Pitt, I bet you he wish he could turn back the clock of time and never have left Jennifer Aniston. I bet you he does. He wished that he could turn back the clock, because Angela Jolie is giving him hell. They divorced now, but she's giving him hell. Hell, she's hell on wheels for him. Now, I don't know what he did to her. I'm sure a lot went down in that marriage, but right now she giving him hell, and none of the kids want to speak to him. But I blame both of them for that. It's a shame when parents can't get along and they part and the kids are in the middle. But the kids can't stand them. Imagine your kid dropping your last name. Good gosh, how deep can that be? Yeah, the daughter. The daughter dropped her last name. She just wants to be a Jolie now, and she dropped the last name Pitt. I didn't even know that was possible to do as a child, but I mean, I guess you can change your name and do whatever you want. But I think it's sad. I mean, I would love to know what Brad did that is so horrific that none of the kids can't stand him. And they're team mommy. But listen, guys, we're going to bring the people on in the building because we got stuff to talk about, and maybe y'all can catch the tail end of the last day of the convention. But I appreciate y'all for being here. Make sure you hit that like button. So I'm about to bring the people on in the building. You know what I need in the chat, right? I need a what? I need a choo-choo. Hold aboard, everybody. It is Thursday night trending topics, and the title is Unbelievable. Somebody put in the chat, hashtag unbelievable. So Juvenile, rapper, you may or may not know him, was on the plane, American Airlines, and they said, I know, sir, that you had a first class ticket, but we need to put you back in coach. And he said, hell no. Okay. Then we got the scandalous lawyer. You have to do 4 years in undergrad, and I want to say you got to do 4 years in law school. Then you got to pass the board, and you really going to be sleeping with your clients that are locked up behind bars and having clients lie to get another client out? Girl, you got to be dumb, stupid, or both. And then we're going to talk about Joey Lawrence. Does anybody care about the vows anymore? Does anybody care about I do? For better, for worse, sickness and health? Well, what's going on? You married, you got a whole wife and baby at home, and you in the bed with your co-worker. Taking your acting job a little bit too far. Let me bring the people on in the building. Hold on one second. Hey, Katrina. Hey, Julius. All right, yeah, we got the people on in the building. Hey.
Hello, everybody. Choo, choo, choo.
Choo, choo. You know what? We're going to start out with Juvenile, the rapper. We're going to start out with his story. Because you know what? So many times we get these plane stories. It is like, what is going on the airlines, at the airlines now? What's going on in the air? Why are all of these airlines just acting a straight fool? Now, hold on. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Everybody just mute your line while I just share the story, please. All right, let's tag that up. Let me play.
Man, they try to kick me off the plane, y'all. They try to kick me off America.
We have to suffer.
They try to take me out of first class.
Where are you trying to put him at?
We gotta put him in coach.
Oh no,
you ain't putting me in no coach, man.
Absolutely,
you ain't putting me in no coach.
Absolutely not.
This ain't never happened to me in my life.
These are our seats. Man, we got on our tickets. It say 1A. It say 1A and 1C.
I'm a celebrity. I'm telling you, this is gonna be repercussions. It's gonna be repercussions to this. Because I'm gonna get off the plane. I'm gonna get off the plane. I'm not gonna let y'all disrespect me like that. I'm not gonna let y'all choose me out of all the people on the plane and disrespect me. So I'm gonna get off the plane. No. I'm gonna get off the plane. Come on. You ain't gonna disrespect me.
You make sure you get all your stuff, baby.
This shit kind of funny to me. I ain't gonna lie.
They took your seat but didn't take my seat. I don't understand. Ma'am,
out of all the people on the plane, talking about first class. First class? Fuck, I think I know a thing or two about first class. Huh? Ain't that first class? All of them. I think I know a thing or two about first class. Fuck wrong with them? Fuck American Airlines, all the money I spend with you bitches. Everything that's blue is American Airlines. They're gonna try to put me in coach, motherfucker. I ain't never flew coach. Fuck y'all. I feel played.
Ooh, child. All right. So rapper Juvenile, airline screw up, set it off. I'm not sitting in coach. So rapper Juvenile is beeping with American Airlines after flight attendants set it off, trying to boot him from his first class seat to one in coach, prompting his early exit from the plane. The hip-hop star documented his experience on a video in real time, shouting, "I'm a celebrity," when airline employees tried to get him to leave his luxury seat on a flight headed to Dallas, Texas. While Juvenile outright refused to leave his first class seat, his wife can be heard explaining to the flight attendants they were sitting in their assigned seats. I didn't think that was his wife. I don't know. I thought that was someone else. On Instagram Live, the rapper further claimed, I'm telling you, this is going to be repercussions. It's going to be repercussions to this because I'm going to get off the plane. I'm not going to let y'all disrespect me like that. I'm not going to let y'all choose me out of all the people on the plane and disrespect me. Juvenile, his wife, then proceeded to exit the flight, though his wife's seat was unchanged, so she says in the video. The rapper was still riled up by the experience as he later took to social media again to document his past history flying first class with American Airlines. He continued, F American Airlines. All the money I done spent with you bees, F y'all. I feel played. Juvenile ended up taking a different flight with another airline so he can make his performance in Fort Worth Wednesday evening. American Airlines has since responded to the drama, telling TMZ American Airlines strives to provide a positive experience to every traveler, and we apologize for Juvenile's recent experience with us. An unplanned change in aircraft type affected his seat assignment, and we regret he wasn't notified prior to boarding. A member of our team has spoken with Juvenile personally to resolve the situation. Juvenile isn't the first rapper to have a plane drama this summer, as Salt and Pepper Sandra Denton called out Southwest for kicking her off a flight in July. She has since demanded the airline investigate the incident, as she claims she was racially profiled at the time. Juvenile's definitely serving American a reality check. So we go back here, pulling the celeb card. Hold on one second. Let me just play this for you.
As a March 2024,
I just want to skip the ad there. Give me a minute.
And now, rapper Juvenile was asked to back that thing up out of first class.
I'm a celebrity. I'm telling you, this is gonna be repercussions.
And he's pulling the celebrity card, so you know it's bad.
Juvenile is pissed at American Airlines. He and his wife were sitting in their first class seats, ready to go to Texas,
when flight attendants informed him that he needed to move his seat he paid for.
They tried to take me out of first class.
Where are you trying to put him at?
We gotta put him in coach.
Oh no,
You ain't putting me in no coach, man.
Yeah, he can't be back there with the normies. What happened?
It turns out that the plane changed and 4 seats were lost from first class.
But if you're Juvenile, that does feel sort of like, why are you picking on me?
Juvenile couldn't agree more.
I'm not gonna let y'all choose me out of all the people on the plane and disrespect me, so I'm gonna get off the plane.
And that's exactly what he and his wife did, even though her seat wasn't changed.
So we got a response from American Airlines saying, we're sorry to Juvenile, we didn't take the proper steps in the right order.
And hopefully that makes it right with Juvenile, because he's a frequent flyer.
American Airlines, all the money I would spend with you bitches.
But is first class that great that you would rather get off the plane than fly coach?
You guys are crazy. You're going to the same destination.
You say that because you've never flown business class. Once you do,
I did it one time with credit card miles, and now I can't fly coach. You fly first class on like Jersey Air, dude? For real?
Hey, come fly the stinky skies.
Sorry that happened to you, Juvenile.
I'm a celebrity.
Okay, Juvenile said he ain't playing that. He's a celebrity. And y'all remember, we did this story here on my channel where from Salt and Pepper, and these are rappers from back in my time, says she felt like she was treated like a criminal by Southwest Airlines. Let's just be reminded.
it's officially time for me to start.
Kind of describe you're staking out 2 seats. You're in one and you say this is mine too. And then
guy comes up.
Explain this to us from that point where the guy comes up and then the flight attendant comes up. Kind of give us the blow by blow.
I got on the plane and then I had my brace with me, but I didn't have it on at that particular moment. I took it out my bag to put it on. I was stretching my leg. And then, the flight attendant came in and he was trying to give my seat away. And I was like, oh no, this seat is taken. I have the seat as well. And he was like, no, you don't. We're going to give the seat away. And I said, no, you're not, because I've always done this. And I have this, I've always purchased 2 seats if I need it for my leg to have extra leg room because of my injury to my knee. He came back on the plane, the flight attendant, and said, okay, sorry, you're wrong. You can have a seat. My apology. And I just said, thank you. I sat back down And then I was sitting there, and then next thing I know, a man come. Mind you, this plane is completely booked. It's 143 seats. The only seat was vacant was the one next to me. And this man comes on the plane. They allow this man to come on the plane, put me in a position, and says, "Hey, I have a funeral to go to. Can I have your seat?" And I was like, "Oh my God, this is what happened to me because I actually really need this seat." I got up and I said to the gentleman, I said, "Are you going to a funeral? I just need you to swear to me and tell me the truth. Are you going to a funeral? Look me in your eyes." He couldn't do it. He actually, his lip was quivering like he wanted to say something, but he wouldn't say, "I'm telling the truth." So I said, "Well, I'm not giving you my seat then and be uncomfortable if you're lying." Next thing I know, they got back on the plane. The flight attendant said, "Get your things, you're getting off." And I said, "Wait, what?"
What happened? Was there some argument or something that happened? Because it's weird that they would just come up and say, not only are you going to give him that seat, but you're getting off the plane.
That's what I'm saying. I even was giving him the seat and everything. And why is he even on the plane when the plane is totally booked at this point, except for my seat? And when I got off the plane, sadly, they had 3 police officers waiting for me. And I was like,
what?
Really? Yes, they have. And I turned around and I said, "This is for me?" And I was like, wow. And so they was waiting for me to they escorted me out the airport.
So, and if you remember too, there was another situation, ex-football player, I want to say that was United Airlines. I got to remember what airline that was, where, you know, he was accused of putting his hands on the flight attendant. This airport situation with these celebrities is getting messy. Katrina, what are your thoughts about Juvenile situation?
My thoughts is I would have did the same, and they would have had to pay me double money for me not to go run my mouth, because that's just totally ridiculous. Why you just came for him? How many other people was sitting in first class, and you asking him to go to coach? And American Airlines planes are small. I mean, there ain't that much room in there in those airplanes. And then you go to the back. If you on that back, you're gonna feel all the turbulence. But that's not the point. The point about it is, if I paid for a first class seat, and you telling me that I got to move to coach, that's not what I paid for. So what the purpose of me paying for something where I want luxury, or I want to be comfortable or whatsoever? I could have paid coach myself and went to coach. But if I'm paying you for this, give me what I paid for. I didn't pay for coach. I paid for first class. And on American Airlines, I think somebody said you unlimited alcohol. You have to buy your alcohol on American Airlines. It's not free. And I'm just saying, in general, the little planes ain't that big in the inside, for one thing. And then you want, because you look at the plane when you seen it, when you showed the picture, how small it was. But neither or. They should have never asked him to do that. And then the way they asked him to do that, I would feel like I got played too. If you want me to get on, you want me to go to coach, you could have said, "Well, Mr. Juvenile, can you move to wherever you are, and we'll give you your money back if you will fly that way with me, or fly that way for somebody else." You know what I'm saying? We'll give you extra money or something like that. But y'all didn't give him no incentives. You just wanted the man to move after he had paid for first class. And I'm with him. I wouldn't have got played like that either. I would have got off the plane just like he did, because it didn't make no sense. I don't know if they were racially profiling. I'm not for sure. But it's a lot of us blacks. Well, a lot of them blacks is asked to get off the plane for somebody else. Or they hitting somebody when they really didn't hit nobody. It's a shame. And he did the right thing. That's all I got, Diva.
I got you. And then to me too, they usually look to see if you're with somebody. So they're moving him, but they left the wife in first class. That thing, it was messy. Wayne, your thoughts?
Yeah, that is messy, because usually, like, if you have a plane change, if they have to remove somebody from the list, ask them, it's not the ones who was already booked. It was probably somebody else who just didn't want to be inconvenienced, and maybe I'm so-and-so. And if they were going to do that, they should have came with some vouchers. Look, this happened. I'm sorry that this happened, blah, 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 for whatever reason. They got to tell their story, but, we're going to book you on the next flight, or they can put you on another, they can transfer their ticket to another airline. Okay. And yeah, only the supervisor can do it. We call it pushing the ticket. we don't do that. But if it's a case where it was totally our fault, the plane was late and you're going to miss your cruise or something like that, we'll push the ticket to another airline that's going to get you there on time. Okay, but that you would think that, like this man, he said he always flies first class, and he even showed on the phone he flies first class, and he's traveling with somebody. That's like you got a family of 5 and your kids, and they tell you, and you got 5 seats together, and they say, "Oh, we had to change the aircraft so we got less seats, and we got to take one of you all off." How you gonna do? They flying with their family. He's flying with his wife. They whether they bought first class tickets or whether they flown enough and had frequent flyer miles for upgrade, whether you're a medallion member or whatever, elite member, and you've earned that, that's what you should get. And whoever's working the gate, they're not looking at that list. They're not looking at the names on that list. And they're just going out like what names, pepper, salt, whatever, which one she was, and just came on the plane. Yeah, you got to leave. Now, I've never seen that. I've never seen it happen. At least I never did it either. But usually, if a plane is overbooked, it don't usually happen while you're on the plane. They don't have that confusion standing up, saying, we got to remove you from the flight, blah, 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 blah. If they working that flight right at the gate, they know all that before. And they start soliciting people, we have a person that, needs to get to where they're going, blah, blah, blah. We'll give a voucher, we'll give you a first class seat, a guarantee on another flight in the future. Something to keep that person, I want to say satisfied, But yeah, he has a gripe. He's traveling with his wife, and it sounds like only one person was inconvenienced on that flight.
Right.
As if he wasn't. So he got to give up his seat to give it to somebody else. No, they should have been telling whoever that person on the plane, they should have been giving the speech they're trying to give him. They should have been giving that person the speech out there. The flight was overbooked. We really apologize. American Airlines, this is unforeseen, but what we can do and try to resolve it. This is unacceptable, having people get off the plane, especially first class. We ain't talking coach. And then have the audacity and insult them and tell them we're going to move you back to coach.
I agree with you. You know
America
what?
got some,
They got some nerve, right? You know what I really liked? I liked the fact that he was flying with his wife to go do this show. I wonder how long they've been married.
And with this, with the way this is going on, with the celebrities, and I don't want to say racially profiling, but come on now. What, 3 different airlines, 2 different airlines, and they doing that?
Married 20 years.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Katrina. That is beautiful.
I think the flight attendants know, once they get him off, and it's almost like a threat. Well, if you act up, just like the guy came on the plane, the FBI whoever came on the plane, don't resist.
I know that was messy, right?
Yeah. So this is all this is just wrong. That's not how you handle it. That's not how you handle it. Coming on a plane in first class, telling somebody they got to get in coach. But I think airlines messy anyway. They got the oldest flight attendants out there. And believe me, when you see them walking through the airport, they old. They should have retired a long time ago. That's it.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Wayne. Julius, you're up. Hold on one second, Julius. Phyllis, what happened was Juvenile was on the plane. He had a first class ticket. The original aircraft that they were supposed to have for that particular flight. They had to change it. When they changed it, it was less first class seats. So they pretty much was moving him. But my thing is, y'all was moving him to put who there? And why couldn't the person that wasn't seated yet be told, you got to go to coach? They were being real messy. And he was like, no, y'all going to learn today. Julius, you up?
Now, I have a fear of heights with a phobia of flying.
Don't fly.
It's all right. I take me some happy medicine and they got some liquor. I'll be good. I have to go to Mexico soon anyway. But this is like a pet peeve of mine. Someone with a condition like mine, I pay all this money for these tickets, and y'all do this. Now, in other fields, this would be considered racial profiling. And I'ma say it, it's racial profiling. Because first we had Terrell Owens. I believe it was on American Airlines or United, one of them. And then we had Peppa. And now Juvenile. 3 instances very, very recently. So you guys are deliberately and purposely and immensely instigating. But little do they realize, if you come for any one of us, we will strike back. Us in the Black community, our dollar, it's what's keeping this economy afloat. So, okay, down with the rant. Why wasn't prior knowledge passed on to Juvenile, knowing that he is a top tier member of American Airlines? Like, hey, there is a plane change. There's not a lot of first class seats. Can we reimburse you and your wife, put you on another flight, yada, yada, yada. Common courtesy, keeping your top tier customer happy. I would have got off the plane myself, and I want to applaud his beautiful wife of 33 years, like Katrina just said. She asked that question. She had her critical thinking skills on. She said, where are you trying to put him? Put him where? Now. Put him where? And you see both the female and the male flight attendant hesitated for a minute before they said, well, we're going to put him in coach. And she said, oh, heck no. And he's like, oh, y'all ain't got to worry about that because I'm getting off this plane. And she's like, I'm right behind you. Because it is ridiculous. And she said on the video, why is it a problem with his seat when my seat remains unchanged? And so now we're out of money because negligence on y'all's end. And then they want to hit with the feel good. Well, someone from our team has reached out to Juvenile privately to resolve the situation. There's no privately. There's no privately reaching out to resolve nothing. Us, the public, we've seen it from point A to point Z back home, the home base, what was going on. Y'all was being messy. And this man even pulled out the receipts on plenty of different times that he was a top tier first class customer.
He had the receipts.
And so, when he went through that phone, and he said this wasn't his first time flying on American Airlines. They just lost them a top tier customer.
I appreciate you. Thank you, Julius. Yeah, it's messy. And it don't look good, and it was really unacceptable, right? And then usually if you go to change somebody's seat, you look to see who's with them. Like, you're not going to break a family up, regardless if they're adults or not. Anyway, and that's why the wife said too, they changed your seat, but not mine. Like that, it just didn't make sense. The whole thing was just overall messy, and they got to do better. We're going to roll into the next story, and this is California lawyer sleeping with the clients. Asked one client to lie and say, you know, the other client was innocent, and then he just demanded them $8 million. It's a whole hot flaming mess. This lawyer should have known better, though. But let's get it. Let me mute you, Katrina. Hold on. Okay, so let's get right into this story. Okay, 1 second, guys. So the California Innocence Project lawyer had sex with a convicted unaliver and offered him millions in exchange for testimony that got another unaliver freed. Okay. A California Innocence Project lawyer is accused of offering a convicted person that takes people's lives millions of dollars in exchange for testimony that freed another person that took somebody's life. So Page is the legal director of the Northern California Innocence Project, allegedly conspired with civil attorney Terry Gross to convince a convicted felon to testify and incriminate himself as they work to overturn the unaliving conviction of Maurice Cardwell. So Kenneth and Gross even promised the guy half of any funds Cardwell would win in a 2021 civil lawsuit against the city of San Francisco if he claimed that he unalived Judy Acosta in 1990 and Cardwell was innocent, according to a complaint obtained by the San Francisco Standard. I mean, if this is true, this is a whole hot mess. 2 lawyers are involved in this game. The alleged deal was then discussed in tape conversations between Cardwell and Funches in 2023, as Funches had sexual relations with the lawyer. He now claims that even though Gross had reached an $8 million settlement with the city for fabrication of evidence, he never received any funds and filed a complaint against the 2 lawyers instead. So those are the 2 lawyers that allegedly convinced this man to lie, okay? He alleges in his complaint filed with the State Bar of California that Gross and Cannon visited him at the Sterling, Colorado prison, where he was serving a life imprisonment for a 1999 unaliving in Las Vegas in 2015. The lawyers then asked him to testify to his guilt in Acosta's death and to deny his relationship with the lawyer. Okay, that's what the plaintiff claims. According to his complaint, Funches initially balked at the request, but the lawyer told him if he did not help them, she could lose her law license, as the city was accusing her of inappropriate behavior with him. Funches said he then agreed to cooperate only if he received half of the money Cardwell won and receives his own legal help. The lawyers apparently agreed, according to the complaint. Text messages obtained by the Standard show Cardwell also agreed to the terms. That's the guy that she slept with to get the other guy out of prison. He first told Funches that he never offered him anything in exchange for his testimony. My lawyers never said anything about a deal, Cardwell wrote in one text. But when Funches hit back writing, we made an effing deal. Cardwell replied that his attorney made the promise without his knowledge, and he was informed after the fact. Terry and did some snake S and involved Page in that S, he wrote. By February 2024, Cardwell also seemed to have agreed to pay for Funches' attorney. I will provide the full dollars funds for full legal representation, he told Funches, adding that he would leave it up to his lawyer to handle the details. In another text, Cardwell said he spoke to with Gross and he was willing to legally support in assisting us. He said he also spoke to the civil attorney as well about me handling the full legal financial representation of your case. Caldwell never wound up providing functions with money or legal aid, however, maintains his innocence in the Acosta unaliving. So this is this guy right here, this black guy. He is the one that got out of jail because this guy right here lied and said he unalived the person that the other guy, was accused of unaliving. Now, this is the lawyer that had sexual relationships allegedly with both of the men. She's a mess. The two attorneys have also denied any wrongdoing, with Gross telling the Standard in June that Function's claims are patently unbelievable, are plainly false, and which I categorically deny. He argued that no one would have any reason to pay for Function's corroboration because he repeatedly declared his guilt in the Acosta unaliving and Caldwell's innocent. The Canan, she's a lawyer, has also proclaimed her innocent, instead accusing Functions of trying to extort $2 million from her by threatening to go to the press about their relationship. I recorded every phone call, kept every text, and copies of every video. You can try to clean it up, but you never practice law again. Your career is done, he reportedly wrote in an email to her obtained by the San Francisco Chronicle. He would later make good on his threat and release what he said was their correspondence to the Standard. Functions said at the time that he helped her find new witnesses for Caldwell's 2010 retrial, but that he broke off their relationship when she broke a promise not to reveal their names publicly. The two then got back in touch in March of last year, and the pair allegedly exchanged nearly 9,000 messages over the course of a year. In one, the lawyer recalled her first meeting with the killer when she visited his Nevada jail alongside NCIP founder Linda Starr. I still remember the first visit. You were looking at Linda the whole time, and I took my hair out, she's text. I wanted you to look at me. I never admitted that before. I remember when she left a few minutes. It was like my chest would explode, and we began talking. Now, that is the lawyer with the one guy that she did get out of jail. I'm sorry things fell apart and that it had such a negative effect on you. I never wanted that, she wrote in July last year. I love you. I always have. Never stop. Always will. He told her in one text. I love you too, she wrote in response. Always have, always will. She also sent him a series of risque selfies, including two of her dressed in a sarong in front of the mirror. The lawyer has since admitted she had a romantic relationship with him in 2023 and 2024, which a spokesperson notes was long after Caldwell's release had been secured. But Functions claimed the relationship was all a ruse to get him to testify in the civil trial. She pretended to take a personal interest in me. We began a romantic relationship, he told the Standard. It was the art of seduction at its finest, all to get me to finally help Mr. Caldwell. And that's the person that got out of jail. The state bar is now investigating Functions' claims. The Northern California Innocence Project, based at Santa Clara University, is also investigating her actions. As with any unit of the university, when we receive any allegations of inappropriate conduct by an employee, we refer the matter to the university for investigation. Executive Director Tart Fries said in a statement. A spokesperson for San Francisco city attorney added, we take this information seriously and we will be looking into the matter. This woman put her whole law degree in jeopardy, and I'm trying to figure out why. Is she crazy, dumb, stupid, or both? Katrina, what are your thoughts?
This woman got a strange fetish. She just want men in this convicts. This is sick. And then use this other guy to get another guy out. This is what I tell you when you need all three of your senses to work: the book sense, the common sense, and the street sense. She used her book sense, but she didn't use her street sense. And she dang sure didn't use her common sense, because why would you leave a paper trail of text?
Come on now.
To you, ain't nobody gonna know what I'm saying to you. Texts never go away. I don't care how you try to delete them or anything. It's always in that cloud. So that's what I was telling you. This is a fact of a person having book sense, but not the common sense and not the street sense. And then he's saying that he lied because she asked him to. So how you think the court's going to believe anything that you're saying as well? Because you're a known liar now. And there's no way I'm finna take no rap for no other man if I didn't do it. I still mean, damn, he was hard up. Because how in the world are you going to take a rap for another man? I can see you taking a rap for a woman, but most men ain't going to take the rap for a woman either. They'll let them go on down. You got some of them that will, but most of them ain't. But you taking a rap for a man because this lady asked you to, and now you didn't get anything out the deal, so now you trying to bring up charges and all that. You should have thought about that before you told her that you was going to do it. So she must have whipped it on him real good for him to say that I'm going to take a charge for another man. This is ridiculous and sad, and she needs to be disbarred. She needs to be not practicing law because she got a problem. And all her circuits is not fired up. She got a very, very sad problem. And they need to look into this. But like I said, he's a liar now because you set up and saying you admitted to something that you didn't even do. The same thing with what Kiefer D, whatever, saying he did that to Tupac. Now you saying you didn't do it. You known as a liar now. You should have kept your mouth closed. And see, now you caught up because ain't nobody gonna believe what you're saying. But hopefully they'll investigate it and see what's happening with her, because if this is what she's doing, she don't need to be practicing law trying to get men out of jail. If you practicing law trying to get men out of jail, you practicing law to go in there to be with the convicts. She got a very, very sick fetish, and hopefully she need to be taken off the streets. Actually, she need to be wearing one of them numbers. That's all I got to do.
You do. I'll come to you. Wait, give me a minute. Let me introduce you to the man. Wait, can I? Okay, that one I can't play. Give me a minute. I'm trying to see. I can't play that particular video, but let me find the one I wanted to play. Go ahead, Wayne, talk, and then I'm gonna bring up what I wanted to show.
Yeah. You know, I can't do stuck on stupid. I mean, you know, I just going to pass on this. It's just, you know, how stupid can you be?
Mm.
There go her career.
Mm-hmm. There go her career. There go her career. Julius, you're up.
She's definitely stuck on stupid. She knew what she was doing. She knew she was twirling with the hair, playing all cute and seductive to get the Mac. She was definitely SOS in this case, stuck on stupid, and she wrecked her own career. And the dude is not playing. He saved every text. But the dude is stupid too. This is a hot mess. But the girl wrecked her own career, and like Katrina says, she needs to be wearing one of those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, this woman is crazy. Lose your job over what? And I wonder now, when she's locked up behind bars, let's see if this man comes and visits her. That's going to be interesting to see, and I highly doubt it, because now he's in the street with his $8 million and he's chilling. Let's see if he goes to visit you when you get locked up. So we're going to go ahead and roll into this last story. I'm trying to think, and Katrina, remind me, Joey Lawrence, what was the big sitcom that he was in, like, you know, way back when? The name is slipping my mind.
You know, he started off in Give Me a Break, but then he started with Blossom.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Give Me a Break, Blossom. I mean, if you know him, you know him. But really, it's the story that matters. And I'm confused about why people just can't be faithful in their relationships. It just baffles me. I'm just confused about that. So let's go ahead and get into this story. So Joey Lawrence is accused of having an affair with his married co-worker, Star Molina, okay, amid his Samantha Cope divorce. So only been married 2 years. They have, I want to say they got a little baby girl together, and now you're getting a divorce because you wanted to sleep with your co-worker. Somebody got to make that make sense for me. I'm trying to reverse. Okay, let's see.
The Cope has filed for divorce. Joey Lawrence's wife, Samantha Cope, has filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage. According to legal docs obtained by Page Six, she cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for their split and waived any rights for spousal support. Samantha also requested sole physical custody of their 1-year-old daughter, Dylan Rose, asking that Joey only be allowed to visit their baby at her discretion. She goes on to say in her filing that she's opposed to Joey taking their daughter for extended periods of time until she's old enough to consent, and she is not to be in the presence of any non-family members while with Joe unless agreed upon by Samantha. His estranged wife says the couple separated 2 months prior to her filing for divorce, and she took to her Instagram to share a cryptic message about loss and freedom, saying in part, "Not everything you lose is a loss. Some things are a freedom. Some things are a second chance. Some things are a miracle in disguise. Some things are a detachment long needed, a clarity brought to blurry eyes." The rest of the carousel's images featured Samantha with her and Joey's daughter. The pair met while filming the Lifetime movie My Husband's Secret Brother and got engaged in August of 2021. The Blossom actor admitted to People magazine in December of 2023 that their marriage was very unexpected because he normally does not date his co-stars.
Oh, he don't normally
Can you
date his
imagine?
co-stars. I guess he just sleeps with them. Okay, so he met his wife on the set, got married to her. Then he met somebody else on the set and slept with her. Whoa. So Joey Lawrence is being accused of having an affair with his co-star, and the actress' estranged husband is the one making the bombshell accusation in a new divorce filing. Edward Ryder alleged in documents filed in New Jersey and obtained by TMZ Thursday that he found out around late March that the Blossom alum, 48, had a sexual relationship with his then wife, Melina. According to IMBD, Lawrence and Abs are co-stars in the upcoming movie Socked In for Christmas, which is currently in post-production. That's the person he's accused of sleeping with. Ryder reportedly claimed that his wife cheated on him with the Brotherly Love alum when they were together in California. It's unclear if this is where the holiday movie was shot. However, another castmate posted on Instagram in June that he was in Hollywood for a promotional photo shoot for Socked In for Christmas. So it is probable that that was filmed. That's where the filming location was in California. Ryder reportedly believes that Lawrence and Melina alleged affair went on for some time. TMZ reported that the allegedly jilted ex mentioned in the docs that he thought the actors got together at various times and places. Page 6 had reached out to reps for Lawrence and Melina, but did not immediately hear back. That is them taking a picture on the set of their movie. What a hot mess. The cheating scandal comes a day after Melissa and Joey alum's estranged wife, Samantha Cope, filed for divorce after 2 years of marriage. In court docs obtained by Page 6, the Frankie Me Jacks actress, 37, cited irreconcilable differences as the reason for their split and asked for sole physical custody of their 1-year-old daughter, Dylan Rose, cute name. Cope also waived her rights for spousal support and noted that she and Lawrence have been broken up since June, 2 months prior to her filing. Per TMZ, Ryder filed his divorce in July, just a few weeks after Cope and Lawrence split, and shortly before a Deadly D star submitted her legal paperwork. That's Joey Lawrence and his wife. Beautiful wife. I mean, what a hot mess. And gorgeous daughter. And he broke up his beautiful family over what? Page 6 has reached out to Cope for comment on the cheating claims, but did not hear back. In June, she shared a cryptic message that showed optimism about the big changes ahead in her life. Not everything you lose is a loss. Y'all better catch this message, she wrote. Some things are freedom. A quote on Cope's Instagram read in part, "Some things are a second chance. Some things are a miracle in disguise. Some things are a detachment long needed. A clarity brought to blurry eyes. Some things are healing." Lawrence had been married twice before to Michelle Villa from 2002 to 2005 and Shandi Yan Nielsen from 2005 to 2022. He shares 2 daughters with the latter, Charleston, 18, and Liberty, 14. Lawrence and Cope met on the set of Lifetime's My Husband's Secret Brother and were engaged by August 2021 before his divorce from Jan Nelson had been finalized. So he likes to meet him on the set and then slay him down. It's a hot mess. Katrina, your thoughts?
My thoughts are, if you're gonna do all this, why get married? Just stay single. Don't just stay single. Don't bring no kids in here or whatsoever. Just stay single. If you are a known cheater, if that's what you know, that's what you do. Just just stay single. Why get married and cause all this heartache, cause all this conflict when you didn't have to? Because you know, as we see, that you don't want just one woman. You want a harem of women, and you don't stay with them that long. And I wonder how he got caught this time. I wonder, did his wife catch him or what happened? How did he get caught? If they on the set and all this, who went back and snitched? But what I'm saying is, if you don't want to be with one woman, just don't get married. Just stay single. You can sleep with anybody you want to. I don't know why they go out and do like that, but still, you can sleep with anybody you want to. You wouldn't have no worries. You ain't got to worry about nobody looking at the clock waiting for you to come home. You can do what you want to do. But you chose to get married. Now you messed up this woman's life. Well, she says a clarity for her. So obviously you wasn't doing what you were supposed to be doing in the first place. But you got a child. You getting children by each one of these women. And I hope they stay in contact with each other so they'll know who's sisters and brothers, so they won't end up going together. But this is totally, totally ridiculous. I hope his brother Matthew. I don't know how it going on with him and Chili. But maybe she should be aware too. Maybe it's just hereditary. I hope he's not cheating on her. But either way, I hope this lady finds some peace. I hope she, raise her daughter. I know he probably going to be there. What I can say, he probably going to be there. I'm not for sure if he is. But I hope she finds some peace within herself and to let him go because he belongs to the community. He don't belong. He don't belong to being married.
He for
He
the
don't. Yeah, he's for the street. He don't need to be married because, like I said, if you're gonna do all this cheating, then some men get married because they don't want to be alone when they get old. They want somebody to take care of them. You want to be out there with these women, you stay out there with these women. I'm not taking care of you when you get old and can't do nothing. No, ma'am. So you want to be community peen, stay out there being community peen, and don't marry nobody else. Just stay to yourself. And he needs some self healing because he got a problem. That's another fetish. Now he got a on set fetish. These people are sick. But either way, I'm done, Diva. That's all.
Thank you. No, you are correct. He for the streets. He do have a problem. Every time he get on set and he meets somebody, that's he loving on them, and then he gonna marry them and going to have a child with them. He's very messy. She said something very key though, and it left a little eerie feeling in me. She don't even want her child to be around the father. So I'm thinking, what did she see and what does she know? She got a little harsh stipulations in there. Only wants the daughter to be able to go with her father when the daughter is old enough to say whether she want to go, and if they do allow him to see his daughter, she don't want nobody else to be around. This thing is a little deep. It's a little messy. And 48, you're going back to I know this guy from the last story. I will say this, he might, I don't know if it would be considered double jeopardy, but maybe he might go back to jail if they find out that this other inmate lied and that's why he got out, and he may have to get back that $8 million. This thing is messy, but I don't know how that's going to go. Wayne, you're up.
I think she crazy myself. Him being a hoe ain't got nothing to do with that child, him seeing his child.
Oh, shoot, okay.
She's saying that because she want control. She don't want no child support or whatever because she want to be able to call the shots. She didn't say nothing about, okay, if anything happened, I wouldn't kids around family, friends, or whoever. I don't want around nobody, but she didn't say that. She didn't stipulate why, just that when she can talk or whatever. So to me, it's just control. She had a baby. She's pissed off at him. And that's what happened with a lot of women do that. They keep the kids from their dad.
Oh, shoot.
Then you ain't pay child support. You can't see your children. Or maybe they don't have it or whatever. For whatever reason, they try to keep them away from, what they say, a woman scorn. Maybe they left that one for somebody else, so now you're mad, so you use the child as a pawn. That's bull. And she sounds so stupid talking about, I don't want no child support. So that's on her, okay? She got cheated on or whatever, but that ain't got nothing to do with her child. She didn't say nothing about he was abusing the child or anything. It's just control. She wants control over that child. How you gonna tell around family, around this and that, Now, I'm not saying he could be irresponsible. He could be that kind of that, but you don't know that. You haven't said that. So that's just control. I'm done.
I appreciate you.
Maybe she's not airing out everything, Wayne. But yeah, some women do use their kids as bargaining chips. Maybe she's not just putting all his business out there in the street. And
Well,
like
if she
you
gonna
said,
tell
that,
it, if she gonna tell it and make him look bad, tell it all. If you're gonna
but
put it out
she
there,
probably holding that for the court. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they do. A lot of women do use their kids as bargaining chips. I'm with you on that one. But maybe he did some stuff that maybe she just don't want to embarrass him out there because he's in, making money, whatever. But I would still take the child
but
support. I would still pay
how
child.
you gonna dictate when I can see my child?
Well, that's true. That's what I'm saying. I would still, if I was him, I would still pay child support if I have to put it in an account for when my child turned 18 to let him know it wasn't me that didn't want to be around. It's your mom that stopped me from being around. You know what I'm saying? So, but we don't know the whole story. We just getting bits and pieces because for her to do this, to say she don't want the child to be around him alone, I hope he ain't into the drugs or anything like that because that's a little weird. But I got you what you're saying though. I got
Yeah,
exactly what you're saying.
it don't sound weird to me. It just I got 5 sisters, okay, and they all had boyfriends, and either got married or whatever. I've seen it. I know what they do. This man may not have done nothing. He could have been perfect and just didn't want her. They'll still use, a lot of them will still use that same thing. Use their children as pawns as to when you can see your child. Put all these stipulations on it. Y'all both laid down and had that child, not just you.
Woo. All right. Okay. Let me see. Nika said, Lord knows when black women use the kid against the father, we down their throats. Let's keep the same energy for this woman. Well, Wayne, Nika is agreeing with you. Okay. I didn't even really see it that way. I just thought maybe she saw something sinister amidst her own husband. This is a little messy. Julius, your thoughts?
It's one thing if she doesn't want the other woman around. Okay, I get that. Boom. But to keep his daughter away from him entirely, I don't agree with that. I get that she's hurt. I get that it was revealed to her that she wasn't the woman that he was going to spend the rest of his life with. I get that. I understand. Yes, you were cheated on, but you have to put your woman panties on and think of your child. That is still her father. I get on my black sisters when they do the same thing, but they be like, but, I'll be like, but, nothing. So I'm going to have the same energy for my white sisters. You got to be grown. Yes, you are hurt. I'm sorry that you're hurt. However, that is still her father. And he deserves to be in her life. Just because you wasn't his person, that doesn't mean you gotta be conniving, spiteful, and crazy in trying to keep her and him apart. I don't agree with that.
I appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and roll into the feel good story. The feel good story. I'm really because this is the Democratic National Convention week. And it's ended today. I'm not going to show a current one, but yesterday Oprah spoke. And she, if you didn't get to see it, go see her speech. It was a very good speech. I appreciated the words that she said. I appreciate her support of the VP. Savannah said tonight there's rumors that Beyonce is in the building. So listen, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and show this because we might get to see Beyonce in the building. Okay, so hold on. Let me just roll into this last story, and then maybe we can all drop off and go get the watch the convention. Now we can't miss Beyonce speaking if she is in the building, if that's the rumor.
Speakers, and one of the biggest surprises of the night was Oprah, as in Winfrey, the one and only, who first became a household name right here in Chicago. Sweet home, Chicago, Illinois, she called it. It was a resounding speech-length endorsement for Vice President Kamala Harris, encouraging Americans to choose optimism over cynicism and inclusion over retribution.
Values and character matter most of all. In leadership and in life. And more than anything, you know this is true, that decency and respect are on the ballot in 2024.
Well, after we heard that speech from Oprah, those powerful words, we grabbed a stick mic and a single camera and we hustled backstage to catch up with her. This is what resulted.
Gail said that you were reluctant to take
Harry Washington's Day.
I pushed you over the edge.
Well, I feel the momentum of this moment and this time. And I feel, even before Michelle Obama said it last night, I feel like we all have to do our part. We all have to do something. And I feel that, you know, we all have been in multiple conversations about what's going to happen, what should we do, what can be done. And now that we have this opportunity, I felt like I should grab this opportunity. So when they called and asked, I said yes.
Your capital with the public is enormous. Trusted, respected. Are you risking anything at all entering the political arena to endorse Kamala Harris? And I think the answer people understand in this time and place is yes. So why was it so important to risk that reputation, all of that trust, all of that capital for this moment?
Because I really care about this country. And there couldn't have been a life like mine, a career like mine, a success like mine without a country like America. Only in America could there be a me. And I feel that a lot of things are on the line, a lot of things are at stake. And if ever you're going to stand up and fight for your country and fight for freedoms that, you know, I don't need the right to abortion, but I believe that the right to control your body and be able to control what happens to you, particularly as a woman person in this country, is essential. It's fundamental. And all of the freedoms that I have enjoyed, the successes that I have enjoyed, I feel that they're on the line and at stake in this moment. And I think there's a, you know, the bottom line for me is that decency and respect are on the ballot. And that's why I was willing to do it. And let me just tell you, the big risk was when I don't have anything to lose now. I don't have a show. I don't have, it's not, what is it going to cost me other than knowing that I had to do whatever I could to speak up.
What will it mean to you to see Kamala Harris take the oath of office as the first female president of the United States?
You know, everybody uses the phrase all the time that, you know, means anything is possible. It will mean that the glass ceiling has been shattered, that the ceiling on any potential for anybody has been disrupted. There will be weeping in the streets, and I will be among those weeping in the streets, okay? Women all over the world will be weeping in the streets. It will mean that actually anything is possible, because this is her mother, her father, to immigrants coming to the United States of America. Only in America could Kamala Harris's story be possible. And I'm here because only in America could my story be possible.
She seemed to get very emotional when she was talking to you, Tony.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
Me
but then
too.
The way she describes it, I remember when Kamala Harris became the vice president, she said there's no way to measure what this means for women of all colors. And then for her to take that next step from vice president to president, I mean, the word that summarizes it in Oprah's view is just amen.
Well, I can tell you that she only did it, because it was you, because she said, oh, so Tony's doing the interview? I go, yes, Tony's doing the interview. Then she said she got in the car and she was was kicking herself because she said, I had a better answer to the question that he asked. I thought the interview was very strong, but she said, I should have said fill in the blank. But her team sent me a very funny picture. She was rushing because she was going to the airport, heading to New York because she has a big photo shoot today. And so there's Oprah waiting for you, and that's her Tony, I gotta go face.
That's my.
I know that face.
That's my. Just one more question. Just one more question. But man, she, she says the truth is the most powerful tool we all have, and she certainly spoke hers last night.
Yeah, and she was tweaking and working on the speech. I think she knocked it out of the park. She also said, I just thought I did okay. No, you did more than okay. You did more than okay. She knocked it out of the park.
A really great job.
I think so, too.
It's going to resound for a long, long time. There were a lot of big...
Just very historic moments. We're definitely living in a very historic moment right now, especially with Kamala having a chance to be the first female president like ever. I think I've seen so much in my lifetime that I thought I would never see. First of all, to see Barack Obama become president when he did, and if I really live to see this moment, and Kamala becomes the president, it will be just monumental. Anyway, guys, I want to thank y'all for being here. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, please hit it on the way out. Good night and goodbye, everybody. And I truly appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Good night, y'all.
Good night. Choo choo.